Friday's low. Still got a ways to go for the Nasdaq to do so. If you look on this chart here, this afternoon pullback low from Thursday in the S&P is 59.17.5. Broke down below it. It's had some resistance there. It's now given that back. So now, if we're going to see this market recover the overnight inventory, that's going to bring us back into value for a potential value acceptance play, which could be a decent move to the upside, looking at up around 59.64 to the other end of value from Friday.
Order filled.
Nasdaq now, and again, opening ranges remain the low of the session so far. We've got a pretty decent overnight inventory to the short side. It's probably what is bringing this rally to us now, but still a long way to go before we reach the session low from Friday. That session low on Friday was 21,320.25. We've got this afternoon pullback low. Also, we're testing it in the S&Ps now. If we can't hold above it and go back into value and accept value from Friday, then I could see Dakota and Jay's, probably primary hypothesis playing out to the downside. Just nicked into the range from Friday in the S&Ps and seeing them trying to push back on that. But as long as the opening range remains the low of the session, I'm going to be cautious looking for longs until we can get some sort of structure or something to lean on to limit risk for shorts at higher levels.
Order filled.
House account is short 2 micro gold from 32.43. Last trade in gold, 32.29. Still pushing lower, about $1 off the lows there. Take a look at crude.
Order filled.
Crude, $61.78, about 23 cents off the highs there.
Ooh.
Nasdaq and ES continue to push higher here. New highs just printed in the ES, 59.27. And Nasdaq cooking to the upside as well, 21,278. Now 280's print. Gas in the
pushing,
juice.
man. Buy the dip.
Yeah. Buy the dip.
See JD possibly adding to that short as long as we hold below the IB low in gold, 32.29.80. We give that back, then we'd get out of those shorts. But this is an opportunity to add to that.
And we're at an interesting spot here in the Nasdaq too. This is basically the midnight London 1 a.m. These 280s, and this was also the low of when we opened. When we opened up Sunday night, this is a low week as we got right here at these 280s. So, be interesting if market can consolidate here for a minute, or if we do start to break out, then maybe 305. So this is an interesting resistance zone where this Nasdaq is. If we start breaking out, then I can see 340s, and then maybe we go up and test overnight highs, which is 412s. I don't know. I'm just going through watching. If I see a reversal in this zone that we're at right now between 290 and 305, I'm going to be taking a short.
305. All right, great stuff. Still pushing higher here, looking for maybe we'll test those 21,300s. Got about 11 points to go there. You'll see in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, looking at right now, hashtag fast markets, hashtag power hour. Check us out. Hit us up at Topstep TV on the X. Let's see some trader wins. Let's see some cool swag. Haven't seen some cool swag in a while. See those performance dashboard analytics. Love seeing all the green on the calendar. Also, let's see some trader station setups, hashtag power hour, hashtag fast markets at Topstep TV. Sorry, 21,300 prints in the NASDAQ, 5930 prints in the ES. Got one eye on bonds. Bond prices are pushing higher and yields going lower. Also, top of the chat, pinned to the top of the chat, Topstep daily levels. We update those and refresh those before every New York Open. On that, have some real estate on the screen. If you don't want to do that, do you one better? Tap on that indicator. Click on that indicators tab, top of TopstepX. Type in Topstep daily levels. Boom. Have them slapped and overlaid right on top of your charts.
All right. Resilient.
Pretty strong open here.
Yeah, it is.
Now we're testing those 305s in NASDAQ too.
Yes, please, Hungus.
What I'd love to see is a stop run. Maybe we blow through like 310, then we reverse.
Okay. Oh, stop run. Yep, I see that.
320s is the session gap close in the Nasdaq. We've already taken that out in the S&Ps. TPO value low of 59.31 in the orders. We show some signs of acceptance above that, then we could see a value acceptance play in the S&Ps. Still a long ways from that in the Nasdaq. Nasdaq certainly is the weaker of the two this morning. JD, we got a potential failed downside auction in gold now.
Order filled.
Generated information would probably have us cover one of those shorts.
I'm here, Hogue. I hear you.
Managing the gold trade.
I'll see if I can cover one on a downtick here.
There you go.
All right. Market's just not stopping.
No, it is not. Up and away. Now 21,000.
Through the 20s.
Yep, 330s prints. ES 59.35 half. New high there.
Yeah.
We can hold above 59.20.
Next level I have is 350 plus or minus 10 points.
Okay, guys, we did just cover one crude.
Gold.
I'm sorry, one gold contract, one micro gold contract. 392 realized profit, still short one.
All righty.
Excellent.
What do we have on the schedule for today? We've got a lot on the schedule. We've already have some speakers. We've had Jefferson speaking. We've had Williams speaking. We have a White House press secretary conference going on right now with China headlines coming out. Last headline from Levitt: Chinese producers will be absorbing the cost of tariffs. He leans to fuel the upside. We have President Trump speaks to Vladimir Putin in about 19 minutes, but I have seen some headlines trickling out about what that call is about. And then this afternoon, 12:15 Central Time, we got Logan. 12:30 Central, 12:30 p.m. Central Time, we got Kashkari. 1:45 p.m., we got Bostic. And we have have a bill signing ceremony later this afternoon. So we will have our head on a swivel, keeping you updated with those headlines throughout the day.
We're getting some bounce back, I guess a bounce down in yields. 10-year bond is back below 5% yield. I'm so confused. Like, why did Moody's, somebody said, this was like a lesson in cowardice, but why did Moody's do that downgrade after the markets closed on Friday?
I don't know, man.
You know why?
I don't know. It come right at the last, 5-10 minutes. I'm short from 306.
All right, 306. Yeah. Someone got the word, too, going into that close, as we saw.
I was surprised.
1,500 contracts.
You're short 100 contracts?
No. I said there's those 1,500 contracts knew about that. Moody's short.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Yeah. But the general feeling was it wouldn't be that big a deal. I think what is more dragged it, I was kind of surprised to see the futures down so much, but I should have known because Bitcoin popped so much this weekend. It's retraced that, didn't quite get to the previous highs. I think the chain reaction thing going on here is the Moody's necessarily people had to sell bond futures. It's a less liquid market at night. And now we're seeing some adjustment here.
I might jump out of this. See if we blow through these 30s, I'm out.
Nothing on the tilt.
This market is just not pulling back.
Resilience, man, oh man.
There was some buying absorbed up here, Dakota, right around 328 in the Nasdaq.
Mm-hmm.
S&Ps about a point off the highs. We are up from the open in the S&Ps, up about 30 points in the S&Ps off the open. Nasdaq up about 160 points straight up. 21,325 last trade. Not seeing much size on the ladder just yet. Not seeing much on the tilt for now.
I don't think I want to build a position here yet. This isn't something I'm excited about, building a position. Keep the size small.
You got one Nasdaq on?
Yes, sir.
All right. Bonds continue, our 10-year continues to push higher. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, they got their liquidity now.
Yes, they did.
JD, watch that VWAP in gold. We're giving that back up now. So we got failed downside auction. If we give up VWAP, I think you can get out.
Where do you have VWAP at, Hogue?
32, 34.90 on the 30-minute chart.
Yes, same.
Thank you.
Same. Sounds good, Gabe. 4,200 people watch us on this Monday. Only 343 likes. Click like, please. Click follow. Click subscribe. Click that notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. Greatly appreciate that. Continue to do better for everyone. But yes. Go ahead, guys.
We got anchored VWAP from the open in gold on the 3-minute chart coming in at 32.3640. See if that can hold.
I'm flat. I closed it out a little bit early.
Okay.
I'll get back in if we hold these 30s again.
Go to flats.
Yeah. I'm looking at this 59.45 area in the S&P for rejection before I click a short. I came in with a bias. The market completely disagreed with it, but I think that's a general spot to start looking for a potential reversal. So
I'm back in 29.75.
29.75. 29.75. 21,329.75. One and Q.
What's United Health doing?
I'd say that's your baby. This is your baby.
What is it doing,
I'm well
Jack?
aware.
Keep an eye on these headlines.
Going up
on Monday.
great trade, Jack.
4%. Are you going to start to sell
300?
calls?
Yeah, I sold I sold a month 300 call for half the position.
All right, I'm looking to add to this Nasdaq short if we break below 319. And only if we break below 319.
Nothing on the tilt just yet. Nothing really on the ladder. As far as size. So we push this thing lower. Last trade. You might be able to push lower. Last trade ES. About 3 points off A's.
Yeah, I'm short 2 now. Average price 324.25.
324.25. Thank you. Short 2. 50-50. See some 50 lots, 60 lots popping in on the NQ ladder.
Yeah, we're not finding any down move. No, nothing. Yeah, broke through that resistance or that support and immediately bounced. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out of that one. It's just too strong right now.
Order filled.
New highs just printed. Wow, 21,358. Up and away. ES, same thing. 59.42. Look at this thing go. Got volume driving this as well. Jay, you're the volume expert.
Yeah,
we've seen volumes backing this up. There's conviction behind this.
Yeah, there's a bid that just stepped in at 350s on the Nasdaq, about 100 lot that just stepped in, kind of pushed us up there. So this is the area that I was talking about in the S&Ps to start looking for some potential, indecision from buyers. We saw it last night, this kind of hammer candle on the 30-minute. So I'm just watching this general area, 59.45 up to 59.50, to see if there's some slowdown. If so, I'd take a short here, but not anything before this, just because of this area. This is pretty strong rally right here.
Thing go.
Yeah, S&P.
Maybe some short covering, but go ahead.
Well inside value from Friday.
Yep. What the S&P also has, if we look at the 30-minute chart, this white line down here is a 200 moving average. We've talked about this. We've heard MP talk about it being the Great Wall. That's the low of the day so far right now for the New York session. So if I do get into a short, it's not a complete reversal of the trend because that's a pretty big area to get through down there.
Man, oh man. All right, starting to see 69% long in the Nasdaq right now on the tilt. Nothing really else popping off. Gold might be looking a little lower. 32.33.
little cognitive dissonance. Gold is left a failed downside auction, but with equity screaming, it's still kind of presenting as weak here. So we just hold pat now. I think we only have one on, right, JD?
Hold pat.
Correct. Just one short.
Okay, took some profits. See if this thing wants to run. 69% long in the Nasdaq. Now, what the bonds doing? Still 452 in the 10-year. Robert, you don't have to time him out. He's fine.
Got about 30 points to go to cover the Moody's gap in the ES. If we just are going to shake that off, which is cool. I expected.
It's like nothing ever happened.
Look at
well,
it's like 08.
Yeah.
Moody's.
Summer 2011.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, they'd already... All they did was... It's just so funny. It took them like a decade to do it.
Really?
That Friday afternoon, they're like, okay.
Here we go.
Cut it out.
Yep. Nothing on the tilt. What else? What's next? What do we got next?
All right, I'm back in.
Hell yeah. Got a price?
61.5.
61.
I'm looking for I don't mind shorting this. We've had a big sell-off overnight. I'm looking for follow through.
61.
I don't mind taking probably 3 or 4 losses on the way up.
How about a 4-point pullback in the ES? 59.39. See if we can push lower here.
Yeah, if we can hold below these 56s, below that little support that we had, 50, 58, 57.
Threes now.
I'm short one in the S&P.
What'd you get?
So we're looking all-time highs today.
38,
that would
75.
be impressive.
Jay Short
125 points in the ES.
59.38.75.
I scratched that one. We failed to hold below 50, 57.
Okay. It's holding right now. We got a what the hell is that? Strong right now. When will the sellers step in? If they will at all.
5% bond yield back to it, kind of becoming a sticky spot. Remember, we got the big fat round number there.
When are we going to
I find the Moody's decision less interesting than, I don't know what the requirements are. There still are some AAA government bonds out there and things like that. If there's some forced selling for certain funds, got my eye on those yields.
Jack, wouldn't you be happy to get an A though in school?
AAA.
I got nothing but AAAs, man.
Yeah,
I once got a AA 1 in
back
something.
in 62.
Back in 62.
I think for me, the bigger thing is the fact that Walmart bumped up prices, and I think we might continue to see bigger retails increase their prices due to quote tariffs.
Yeah. We should talk about the fact that Walmart's margin is like 2.8% too.
Razor thin. I mean,
yeah.
They don't have much wiggle room, do they?
I don't know how people do it in those businesses. Like your grocery store, for instance, that seems like the most stressful business to manage in the world. You're selling rotisserie chickens at a loss, make a couple percent in margins.
Yeah, Second Networks. According to the press secretary, we're going to get a readout from the Trump and Putin call. That's what was said by the Levitt at the top of the hour. So we'll see. That's a call between the president and Putin. We'll see what comes from that.
Misleading indicators in about 5 minutes, guys.
Oh, thank you, Hogue.
I might add to this. Short 2 from 362.
I wouldn't hate adding to this, but I need to see an actual reversal signal. I think where I'm short right now is on a price basis, but it just hasn't reversed yet. But I think if we get a close under 38 on a 3-minute candle, then I'd add.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything too convincing. We need time, right?
Yeah.
We do need time. Yeah, and like Hogue
We
said,
always need
small
time.
number, top of the hour.
Yep. We always need time, Andre.
Time is
I
on
love
our
that
side.
username. Fade these
Which one?
clowns. That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, it is good. I like that. Dude, I like the one, the dude from last week. Someone called me dude. And then it happens to be a dude in the chat. What's up, SSS? 59.64. Got some resistance in the ES. Not quite there. About 20 points to go, but there's more buying in the ES. New highs just print 59.44 in the orders. 50 on the tilt.
Ben, enlighten me. How much in margins does Walmart have to give? Curious.
Like
every day lower
Would be
price.
satisfactory.
I like it. All right. It's a new trading week. It's a new day. You know what we do around here at Top Step TV? We have a new tip of the week. You may ask, what is that tip of the week? Boom. Tip of the week. Embrace the power of consistency. Trade at the same hours daily. Avoid jumping between instruments. Stick to a fixed risk-reward ratio. Focus on process over profits. Embrace the power of consistency. Avoid jumping between instruments. You know, I'm going to throw it to you, Jay.
Yeah, I think that's a good tip. I think it's a good tip.
If you are, oh shoot, you're in a trade, right? My bad.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Embrace the power of consistency. I do agree with that to an extent, but you can jump between instruments that you are routinely watching, trading, monitoring, analyzing. But just because one instrument isn't doing much, just to find another one, just to find action. I understand that. So I like that. Embrace the power of consistency. Tip of the week. Trade the same hours daily. Avoid jump between instruments. Bottom two especially.
We got kind of like a double bottom bounce right now in Bitcoin. I'm looking at the spot market. I don't have the MBT up right now. What a weekend for Bitcoin. That was wild.
What's it trading?
103,500. I'm looking at the spot market when I say that.
What, a weekend for Bitcoin?
Yeah. It went screaming higher.
Yeah, it did.
Went up to past 107 and then kind of
at the safe haven
ran out of fuel. Yeah.
Figure.
Sellers are holding this level up here, these 350s, 360s, but we're not really pulling back. So that's a little bit concerning for me. We're just kind of consolidating. And if we do start to break out higher, then yeah, this market's just so freaking strong. The fact that we're not having any pullbacks this morning.
Small number coming out. It's top of the hour. And Hogue, you got your eye on the juice as well, because we're starting to see a countdown clock for the Trump Putin call. Minute 30 till that's supposed to get released, if you want to call it that. I'm not sure what this is going to look like.
That's a new one for me.
Yes, it is. There will be a readout after the Trump Putin call, according to the press secretary. We'll see what that looks like in about 90 seconds. This is a new one. And also, we have a leading index as well. Not exactly sure what this is going to look like. Tenure keeps pushing higher in price.
It's not really surprising. Probably should have done something there.
I don't know what this is going to look like. Let's take a look at these prices before we get this readout. About a point off the highs in the ES, 59.44. Last trade there. Crude has found a range for the time being, $61.71. Gold, pretty much the same price we saw in the last 30 minutes or so, 32.33. And Q about 15 points off the highs. 21.360. 360. 40 seconds till this readout.
Do they edit the readout?
They're all great questions, Dakota.
They have to.
Right?
Like, what's the point of two world leaders talking about anything important if they can't talk about anything important, right?
Give us the goods, though.
Give us the goods.
Give us the real goods.
By the way, maybe you mentioned during opening call, but Bostic threw some gas on the fire there with his comments.
What did Raphael have to say? Anything's. Oh, hold on. Let's see what this
Raphael.
is. All right. And nothing.
Okay. Well, real quick, Raphael was saying that he's leaning towards just one cut this year.
Oof.
Oh yeah, I seen that one. Well, that's what Jerome Powell said, right?
Misleading indicators is out.
Yeah, what do you got, Hogue?
Expecting to remain at minus 0.7%. It came out minus 1%. Little bit lower than expected. Remember, that's the misleading indicators, folks.
Let's see if we can find a pullback day.
I don't even know what they are. I don't even know what leading indicators are.
Let's see.
Those.
I'm tempted to add here, but I think I'm just going to keep this to two minis.
So far, this trade is not invalidated, right? This is where I was looking for buyers to kind of slow down. They've slowed down. Just now, the question is, do sellers come in, or are buyers just waiting for that next leg? But I'm okay with where the risk is on this trade. Just need to now see buyers kind of give up.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Jay, that zone you're looking at, is that the overnight opening?
It's not the open Hogue, but there was like a very indecisive 30-minute candle that we had. Let me try to zoom in. Yeah, it's this one right here.
It.
So yeah, that hammer candle, we kind of stopped right at 50% of it. So my risk is above the high of it because if buyers want to step in, great. But there was indecision up here last night for some reason. Let's just see if they continue to be indecisive.
You guys.
Looks like they're not.
Jay, we're getting smacked. A
little bit. I mean, you're taking these trades with small size.
Stops go off 59.49 last trade and recent highs on the day. Nasdaq not done 21,388 just prints. Buyers are strong right now. Not seeing any headlines. Are we getting anything here, Hogue?
All right, I'm flat there.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm flat. Not on that one.
It's all right. Wow, this is just pushing hard now. Well, it was 400 go the other way.
Wow, 21,404 prints in the Nasdaq. Take a look at the ES 5954. We're going to see 6,000.
Finally inside value from Friday, and the S&Ps have almost completed the value area acceptance play. Got to get up to 59.64 and a quarter to complete the TPO value play.
Damn.
I don't know how the world ends, Andre, but it'll end with Nasdaq at all-time highs.
So will. Regardless. New lows, gold. Gold seeing some more selling here. 32.24, now 23's print. Yep, Gavin all over it. What's up, Gavin? Good job. Locked in on this Monday. Got 70% long on the Nasdaq tilt. Right now, average price 21,356. They are going to be happy. They're about 30 points in the money.
Do we tap into that 400 and sell off from there? This is where we sold off again. If we break through 417, do we just go back to settlement?
Yeah, I mean that would be the target up here, right? 21,500s.
No, gold's its move.
And in the S&P, 59 to 80s. So took one short, didn't really work out. That's all right. I think we may have preempted it a couple of times, but that's okay.
I'm going to do it again.
Katie, if you're back there, do we still have a gold position on? I saw that.
We sure do. We are short one micro gold from 32.4360. We have about $180 in unrealized profit on this one lot of micro gold contract.
Bad. Last trade, 32.23. Hey, Jack, any prices in ES futures that you got your eye on in relation to options?
Yeah, 59.20, 59.25 area. If we hold that, which I mean, now that seems more likely than not. That would be a go zone.
Okay. Selling the 10-year, that 70% tilt has paired off in the Nasdaq, now down to 59%. Feels like the market's waiting for these headlines to come out. Fed speakers, numbers, all this week. Make sure to manage that risk.
Yeah, at this point, I can't take another. Go ahead, Jay.
I agree, Jay. I was going to say the same thing. It would be difficult for me to take a short here until we close that Moody's gap.
What's that price? What's the gap go up to? Getting close.
Somewhere around 59.70.
Oh, that's right. We're closing on 6,000s. That is right.
Or
I don't
know, or the 59.65, something like that. But interesting Monday.
So far, we're moving. So much for a slow Monday. We are pushing higher again. They're trying to give the old college try, as MP would say, to the upside in Nasdaq and ES. Gold trying to take a look to the downside. Last trade in the ES, 59.53. Now 52's trade, about 2 points off the highs there. Is there more room? Will we see 6,000? When will we see 6,000 in the ES? 50 points to go there.
Very resilient.
Sure is. Can't keep a good market down.
Unless something happens by the end of the week.
Yeah, I think you're right, Hogue. Buy. 60. Nothing on the tilt. Dan Hammond's in the chat says, sell them. All at once. Says, I told you, Jay, sell gold. Got some hot takes flying around in the chat. I absolutely love it.
Is that what Sorry, guys, I'm not reading the chat. I don't have it up. Maybe I should. Maybe the chat would have kept me out of that short.
Stay locked in, man. Stay locked in.
Order filled.
Eason looking to sell 2140. Oh, another pop higher here. What was that? Those stops and some more gas. And Nasdaq ladder just got very, very thin. Wow. Just popped to 21,439. What do we got? We got anything?
Yeah, not seeing anything on the wire here. So
Nasdaq ladder very, very thin.
Straight through those 400s.
Holy moly. Yeah. Look at the ES ladder. Anything in there? ES ladder looks pretty stable. You want to call it that, but Nasdaq ladder very thin. One on the bid, one on the ask, and pushing higher, 21,443 now. New highs in the ES, 59.62, pushing higher here. More gas in the goose to the upside. Wow.
Gas in the goose.
Here is volume behind this move as well. Again,
yes, sir.
Acceptance almost finished.
Nasdaq up about
59.75, Hogue.
50 points. Go ahead.
59.64 and a quarter is TPO value high. Well, yeah, volume's all the way to high, 75, 77.
Thanks, Hogue.
Man, buyers, what?
This has been an insane rally.
They're not even looking for pullbacks, Dakota. They're just going straight to market with some of this.
280 points plus with nothing. We had that hesitation at 350 where we were getting short J.
Yeah.
And then other than that, it's just straight up.
I think what would be argued is that from Friday, they would be saying, hey, we were down 300 points on nothing because they don't respect Moody's.
Mm.
Again, recent highs, 1,443. As I said, we are up about 250 points in the ES since the opening bell in New York, I should say. Opening bell. So a little pop in crude. Let's trade there, $61.85. Nasdaq looks like it is not done. It is not done.
Oh, it's not.
Wow. 5 points off the highs there.
There's
they are gold selling off. Yep. Thank you, Hogue. New lows there, 32.21. Gold going
For those
lower.
that are asking, after the market closed after we were off the air on Friday, Moody's, which is one of the 3 big ratings agencies in the U.S., finally they were the last one to hold U.S. debt at AAA. They downgraded it one smidge. The reason I'm just confused why they would do it. I don't know if that's how they've always done it, but it seems to me like you're kind of forcing people then to sell assets into a pretty illiquid market over the weekend. I'm thinking about like the bonds and bond futures and things like that.
Good point. Very good point, Jack. Tapped on some new highs.
Seems
there
dangerous
in the Nasdaq. Now 446, 1,446. Still awaiting the readout from the president and Putin call.
Nothing
Not
yet.
see anything. Haven't seen it yet, Hope. Waiting. We're waiting.
Well, we're waiting.
Again, house account short 1 micro gold. We short 2, took some for profits, and we got that runner. If only we had a runner. Well, by golly, we do have a runner. House account short 1 micro gold from 32.43. Last trade 32.20. Out below. Who's the next speaker up? Afternoon here in Central Time Zone. Got Logan, Eshkari, and Bostic. Looking to take the microphone later today. We're also again waiting for the readout from the Trump and Putin phone call. So far, buyers in the house. Very, very strong.
Yeah, this is going to be the most hindsight capital thing ever. But once we didn't get punished on the open when the liquidity came in, it's like the move has been made in these illiquid markets and they couldn't continue it. So where else to go?
It's true.
It looked like a while this morning. We could get that. Like when the Bostic stuff came out. But there
Order
wasn't
filled.
Like the waterfall that they needed.
5,000 people watching all across the globe right now on this Monday, on this opening day of the trading week. Click, like, follow, subscribe. 163,000 subscribers. Absolutely insane. Let's keep pushing higher here. We watch these traders. All right, you guys
Order
keep bearish. Obviously, look at the chart. You just on
that
the
was
fly.
a mistake.
Hey, it happens. It happens. You're looking one way, it happens. You dip a toe in the water, manage your risk, and it was paper cut. What do you do here now? I'm sure other traders came in looking for a move to the downside. We're not getting it. Whether it's the news, whether it's just market, technicals, whatever. How do you readjust, Jay? Is it just as simple as saying, well, I was wrong. Now I'm going to look to get long, or
I think that's fine. I think it's okay to admit being wrong. I don't know that I need to flip long either, unless it's a good setup. So I'm still technically looking for a short here, but it just has to confirm, right? The first time I took that short, it was kind of off of a price basis, but the market wasn't reversing. And this is why I was saying I can't take a short now until the S&P closes on a 3-minute candle below 59.50, right? If I take it, I'm kind of preempting a short similar to what I did before, just on a price basis. But on a volume basis, on a momentum basis, I can't take a short unless we close under 59.50, right? We can see we've gotten higher lows this entire time. So now I have to wait for confirmation because that first trade I took was based on a feel.
I like that. We got 3 points to go there. Crude found some buyers. 6 cents off the highs there. $61.95. 30-point pullback in the Nasdaq. 21,418 last trade. And Coach Jay looking for 59.50 level in the ES. We're about 4 points higher from there right now. Waiting for this. I'm still not seeing anything, Hogue. I had to make us wait.
Not yet.
Calls
what do you
going
think
longer,
they're talking
maybe?
about?
I mean, we'll be talking about a lot of things.
One thing.
We'll be talking about a lot of things.
Trump's complaining about Moody's.
Is that what he's
What if
doing
that
right
was
now?
the whole call? I think that'd be extremely bullish.
Vladimir, this damn Moody's.
They're so moody.
They're getting in the way.
Bringing my
Progress.
markets down.
I've seen the Russian language. So many A's. Beautiful A's.
Tremendous A's. Power A's.
So many symbols.
So many A's, you wouldn't believe it.
Symbols.
Along with the
Beautiful.
A's.
Yep.
We should have
nobody's seen
symbols
so
in
many A's.
English.
Chat's fired up. Love it. Absolutely love it. Got the chat is fired up, watching, hanging out. We're all in this together. Trying to navigate these wild times right now.
Chat's hilarious.
Oh,
I
they're
love
great.
reading chat.
Couldn't do without them.
Nope.
I think we see another leg up here.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yep.
1,424.
Ira's Russian. Morning, Ira.
All right. I'm long. I'm not going to hold on to
Order
the bias if the
filled.
market's not agreeing with it. I'm long 159, 57 half. 57 half. I'm long 1.
57 hook. Jay, hold this thing. 59, 57 right here, right now. It's for you, JK. Brings out the Africa back. We wish we could. We wish we could. It's out of our hands with the countries, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't make those decisions.
We don't make that. That's at the federal level. $1,438. Getting Jay Long from 57 half. Like another push higher here.
See, that's you're not fighting a directional move. It's hard to get into paying so high, isn't it, Jay?
A little bit, yeah. But that pullback that we just got, we got about a 10-point pullback from the high, right? And if buyers want to continue what they've done all day, that's a spot to get in. And the Nasdaq looks a lot stronger than the S&P right now. So what I do have to be aware of, Hogue, is that I might be late to this move. There's about another 15 points. So this is not one where if I got in on the open, I'd be a lot more comfortable holding up here, right? But because my entry is so high, got to think management. But
you want it now.
We're going.
Right.
We are going. New highs print in Nasdaq. New highs print in ES as well. Look at that ES ladder. What's on the ES? It looks pretty normal. It normally means 50-60 on the bid and 50-60 on the ask on the ES.
Sorry, Dakota, are you in a trade?
No, I'm flat.
That's what I thought.
New highs.
We'll just update behind the scenes. I thought you'd been flat for a while.
Oh, yeah, I've been flat. Yeah, since we broke through those 360s, I'm flat. Not going to touch this thing. And I do want to say this one thing. For the trolls in the chat.
Here we go.
Who is saying don't fade the trend, right? Well, if we look at what's happened overnight and the fact that we broke through a lot of support, we were breaking through all this level of support, and the market, this Nasdaq was down 1.5%. I could see the exact same people if I was buying this market saying the same thing, right? Because you can make an argument if you were buying down here, you're fading the trends, correct? So we're still red for the day, and if you want to say that the trend was made in the last 1 or 2 hours, or if you're going to say that the trend was made
Order filled
based off of a daily bias, and then at what point does the trend change, right? Because I think that's what a lot of traders struggle with, is what point does this trend trade? Because if you were trading last night, right, we had that gap down, this market started to rally. Was this a change in trend? And were you able to buy this? Because then the market just sold off. And then we had the same thing happen like an hour before London Open, was we had this nice little rally, which at what point does the trend change on this? Or was this a change in trend, right? Was this just rally a change in trend? You can make that argument. And so I was fine shorting this market up at these levels, at levels of resistance. and this market just keeps going up, right? So is this a change in trend now on a daily basis? Sure, you can make an argument that it's a change in trend, but we're still red on the day. Does that mean we can't and we could come back and test those 500? Sure, but we still are red on the day. Some traders that I talk to use the daily chart and say, hey, if we're red on the day, I'm only looking for shorts, or if we're green, then I'm only looking for longs. So I think it depends so much on your trading style, on how you determine trend and what time frame you determine trend. And it's a lot easier with hindsight, right? To say, we should have just bought it.
Yeah, Dakota, the best, man. Yeah,
I'm out on that. I'm out on that trade. I took 4 points. Like I was saying, this move, I'm probably catching the tail end of it. I mean, we could just also see 6,000 here, but I'm a little late. So with what you're saying, Dakota, I agree. What I'll say to anyone who says, oh, these guys are, when's the last time you've been right about every trade that you've taken? It doesn't happen for me, right? Sometimes you're just going to be wrong. It's about how much it costs you in this game, because no one's right 100% of the time. I will say that kind of coming into the day with a bias, especially being a momentum trader, I try to not do that, right? I came in this morning saying I'm looking for a short, and that kind of blinds me to the fact that the market could go up, right, and disagree with me. So I'm
not looking for a huge, home run hit, but what we were seeing overnight with everything that was going on in this market, hey man, this market sold off. I mean, we were down 1.5%, and what's been happening for the past 2 months, right? On news events like this, the market was down 2% so many days this month, and you could make the argument on the opposite, right? When the market's rallying, you want to buy the dips. When the market's selling off for the day, you want to sell these rallies, and not only until after the fact you go back and say, okay, well, what did we do wrong? What should I have done better? What could we have done? And then try and adjust from there, because just like everybody else in the chat, we're not perfect. We're not the best traders. We never claimed to be the best. I don't think I've ever claimed to be the best. I've always talked about how I'm learning too. We're all learning in this market. And if you stop learning is kind of where you kind of get ran over. I think I'm just happy with, I don't mind taking small amounts of risk. Everybody knows I'm down on the year. I've lost money, but I could still wake up in the morning and trade because I'm not blowing my account.
Gold.
Man, Dakota, you know the drill. Like that trade Jay just took. He got long near the highs. Oh, why are you buying the highs? You get short. Why are you fading the? Why are you fading the trend?
That's why I took the 4 points. That's why I took the 4 points. Because I mean, look at the reaction here as well, right? Where yes, I'm completely aware that I was late to that move. Does that mean I can't make a couple bucks off of it? No, right? Completely aware though. I could hold on to that and say, no, this needs to go higher just because I'm in it. The market doesn't give a shit about that though. So take your money when you have it.
Why are you buying the highs? Can't go higher than the highs. With that being said, I'm just kidding. Love everyone that's watching in the chat. Absolutely love it. We got 5,200 people watching us right now. 5,200 people are going to be watching my man JD, who's going to bring in some P&Ls and payouts, and also give us a quick update on this micro gold trade that we have on. So JD, when you're ready, we are ready as well. There you are. Look at that beautiful face. Happy Monday, JD.
Good morning. Happy Monday to everybody. Let's start off with some P&Ls from Friday. We had some impressive numbers coming from our live funded traders. Right at the top there, Rake trades number 7 on the big board, $12,059, trading the Nasdaq and the micro Nasdaq on Friday. Next up, Uraj trading the NQ, $9,814. James also trading the NQ, $9,486. Kyle mixing it up a little, trading the MNQ, micro gold, and E-mini Nasdaq. Total profit of $2,470 for Kyle on Friday. And then Nicholas R. trading the NQ, $2,389 in profits. Decent numbers from our live funded traders. You want to see something real impressive, though? Take a look at these payout numbers from Friday. Check this out. $130,000 payout from OA. Big payout for OA. He was in this live account for 10 days. He's in a $150K live account. Transferred about $147,000 into that live funded account 3 weeks ago. Hit his 5 winning days and pulled out 130 grand into his pocket. That's a nice way to start a weekend, right? $130,000. Kim V, 40 grand. Ahmed, 22,000. Pai, 20,000. And Gerald, $12,000. Real traders lining their pockets with real cash right here at TopStep. Live funded traders, might I add. All right. As far as this gold trade goes, we are still short 1 micro gold from 32.4360. Been holding it since the opening range, 1 minute opening range, 7:20 a.m. Central Time. So about 2 hours, we've got $125 in unrealized profit on this trade. We've locked in close to 400 on this trade already. So I think we're just going to hold this one for the liquidator, the auto liquidator. We've got our CYA in still. We haven't touched it since we placed it. We'll see how much farther this thing can run. Sort of stair-stepping down right now. But, Olga, if you see anything that looks to be invalidating for this trade, you let me know. And I'll continue to monitor it and I'll have my finger on the trigger if we want to get out.
It's just hanging around the IB low. It's not doing much right now. Got a kind of an excess low on it, but I think a lot of it is going to depend on whether equities continue to roll to the upside. If they just kind of fall into range, I think gold will do the same.
I am short the Nasdaq again, 426. This is probably where I should have just had patience and waited for a 3-bar reversal confirmation, right?
This is the first one, right?
This is the first one.
Yep. It's the first real one.
This is the first real one.
10-year moving higher.
Oh, well. We'll see how this one is.
Ooh, look at this. 80%
What's
long
your
crude
entry?
right now. 426.
426.
Stay locked in here, Dakota. 80% long crude.
While he's locked in, we'll take a walk around stocks. Mag 7, Microsoft, the only one up right now, 1/3%. Apple down 2%. Tesla down 3%, but that's been shot out of a cannon the last couple of weeks. It's been on a good old-fashioned ripper.
21,400 in the Nasdaq. About 60 points off the highs. See what they want to do with these 400s. Now into 396s. 396s. Yes, selling off as well. Seeing a bid in gold. Gold up about $6 off the lows there. Look at gold 32.30. I'm sorry, $16 off the lows. 32.35. 10-year rallying, gold rallying, equities rolling over. This is kind of when I go on high alert, looking for perhaps something. Headlines. Now 390s trade.
Not seeing anything.
Selling off here.
Nice trade,
21,380. 59.47 trades in the ES. Dakota is short from 426. 380 last trade. You got a downside target, Dakota? You're just going to wait for this headline to hit and just push it lower.
I'm going to trail it. I'm going to trail this one. This is
Dakota,
that's annoying. That's annoying. I should have, would have, could have, right? Wait for that 3-bar reversal confirmation on the 5-minute.
Why'd you fade the trend?
If we make new lows today, chat.
Just watch this area here. There was on this way up, that second leg, a buyer kind of came in at 375 where we just bounced from.
I see today.
Andre,
what's up?
You're pulling like an MP.
Order
there
filled.
where,
The voice.
everyone on the other side of it is speaking like a drooling idiot.
You've noticed that MP does that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite.
The other person, whenever MP tells a story about somebody he disagrees with, they always talk like,
Yeah.
I ate a rock for breakfast.
You've noticed that too? Yeah. It's one of my favorite things. SSS, yeah. SSS, like resistance up at 59.64. Look at that. That's trade 59.53.
Yeah. SSS value high. TPO value high, 64.
Still nothing again.
TPO value high in the Nasdaq, 21,471. Almost got to it.
Coming to the bottom of the hour, first hour of trading for the New York session, coming in right now.
China's vowing to take measures if the U.S. insists on going its own way.
Is that what it was? Yep. Doesn't sound like there's a deal in place. I don't know. Just saying.
Nope. It never really did.
You're saying the quiet part out loud, Jay. 21,004. It's 21,400. This decision zone for the Nasdaq. Again, high of 21,462. Off from there. All right, now the 380s.
Yeah, under 375, Dakota, you're clean. To me, down to 320s.
Yeah, it's just one of those. If you can have a trade back, that was it. Waiting for an actual 3-bar reversal confirmation.
Now, is that what you see up there, Dakota? Show me how that's a standard 3-bar reversal.
Yeah, that's a 3-bar reversal. I tried to preempt a couple times down here with you, Coach Jay, and got smacked. And so now I locked out of the live account, and so I decided to switch to this combine. You could see, so I already took my loss in my live chat, so there's no questions about that. And I switched to a combine, and I took this trade in a combine.
You're still rallying.
You look for 3-bar reversals on a 5-minute, Dakota. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
10-year still pumping higher. Gold moving up to the upside. Let's see if there's more room to the downside in the equities. Nasdaq beneath 21,400 for now, about 11 points. Jay, that you wanted to see us clear 75 to the downside? 21,375
in the Nasdaq, yeah. I'm looking at a 3-minute candle. If we close below 375, then I think we trade back to 320s. But that area is kind of holding. That's where a buyer came in on that second leg up. So they're kind of holding that right now.
Yes, we are in the thick of VIP check-in form season. We'll have another one today. I can assure you that'll be number 19. Number 19. More forms you fill out, better odds of you getting drafted to a VIP team. VIP Season 3 draft will be next month. You could be a lunatic. Coach Jay, the coach of the Lunatics. Season 1, get a load of this. 69% pass rate. Not kidding. So if you're lucky enough to...
You did it for the memes.
Pop squad, Coach Dakota's pop squad, or a lunatic, or Hogs here. I mean, yes. We'll have a form dropping
the end to make sure you got below 70
and just stop. Yes, another check-in form later today. Draft next week. Season 3, 50 traders, 10 teams. Duking it out.
Okay, here's a good question right now, Jay. The Nasdaq, is the trend up or down?
What time frame are you looking at? It depends, right?
Yeah.
It depends. If I'm looking at a 30-minute, I'd say it's up and this is a pullback. If I'm looking at a shorter time frame, if we look at the last couple of minutes, it's down, right, from that high. Right? If I look at a 1-minute chart and zoom in, or if I look at a 100 tick, right, it's a downtrend, right? It changes all the time. And again, it depends on your time frame. If we look at it daily, it could be a little different, right? We're talking about potential 3-bar reversal on a daily. So I'm going to use the Dakota answer. It depends.
It always does.
It's
true.
Yeah. You go to the right time frame, you can make anything fit.
Right.
We've been there. Everyone should have been there.
Too many times.
Right? When you're in a trade and you switch time frames until you see the one that you that correlates with the trade that you're in.
Yep.
We all do that. You're looking for that right answer. If you don't like the first chart, you don't like the 5 minute, go to 15. Dolby time. There you go. I was waiting for Dolby time. If you went to a daily or monthly in the equities, you'd never get short.
If you can't dazzle them with brilliance,
dazzle them with bullshit. 1,411 last trade in the Nasdaq. Again, still waiting for a readout from the call between. Okay, here we go. Trump call with Putin has begun. Maybe they got that started late. We're seeing the call has begun.
I guess he spoke to Zelensky first.
Yeah, I saw that. So interesting. Yeah. What can we make of that, Hogue? Told Zelensky, this is what we're going to talk about. This is what's gave him the heads up. Gave him the heads up before the call with Putin. So interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. So what we do, typically what I'm doing when we know this is going on, watch gold, watch oil, right? Watch those two. Those might pop, especially gold. Gold might pop first before, or move, I should say, before there's a reaction in the equities. So always have one eye on the gold.
Talk for like 10 minutes, half hour. What are they going to talk about?
Yeah. The reason gold, right? Gold is a safe haven play, right? Flight to safety. Yes. So keep an eye on gold. If gold pops, not necessarily all the time, but gold and oil can be very sensitive to headlines. That's going to be equities.
Gold, the best store of value historically.
There you go. Sean, you get it.
Got a little competition in Bitcoin, but
trying their damnedest, aren't they? Go to shorts. 426. Jay couldn't get to beneath the 50s we saw it for a split second. Dip beneath the 50s in the ES. Buyer stepped in.
No close below. That was the thing there.
Gotcha. Why does it need to close below? What is the significance of that?
It's funny that it's we talked about confirmation bias. It's setting a bias, right? Did it close below on a 1 minute chart? Probably, but I use the 3 minute chart all the time, so I'm just going off of a pattern that I've seen. So on a 3 minute, the amount of times we stare at these candles every day, if it closes, that's confirmation. If it doesn't, it's not. But basically, what that means is there was not enough selling below that level on any time frame.
Why the 3 minute for you, Jay?
I've always asked him that, Dakota.
It's just a preference thing. I think I've said boxing before, right? Rounds in boxing are 3 minutes, right? We can tell who's winning a fight, buyers or sellers. It's not as short as a 1 minute, not as long as a 5 minute. It's just a preference thing.
I got it.
And every time I ask Jay, I like throw a little challenging question to him. Just hits that ball back in my court just every damn time, man. Every time. Good, man. You're good. That's why you want to be a lunatic. That's why you got to tune into At the Buzzer, him and Coach Paul after Power Hour, bringing you the goods. But right now we're here on Fast Markets. Got Dakota in the house. See Hogan there. Jay as well. Andrea behind the scenes. Hi, Andrea. We're locked. And
she's always smiling back there. It makes me smile.
Yes, it is. What do we got on tap for the day? Oh, buckle up. We got Tuckman. After we got morning recap with Hogue. Then we got Tuckman. We'll get Tuckman say he was fired up. He was absolutely fired up on Friday. Moody's downgrade. Didn't get his take on that. We'll see what his thoughts are going into that. Also, I'm going to bust his chops a little bit about that MOC because maybe he didn't know about the headline. He said look up above, but maybe he didn't know about the Moody's headline. We'll ask him about that and his thoughts on how that's going to affect us moving forward. Oh, man, then we got Rising Star. Jimmy K in the house. Lunchbox trading. Gabe and Marie Deanna. It's a Monday, so you know what that means. Top quiz with Gabe and Anne Marie. Another Rising Star. We'll give you 2 Rising Stars today on Top Step TV. Got Dolby Time, Hope, and Abashi. I hope I pronounced that right. And then Power Hour, Dolby Time, Mohammed, and myself. Jay, Coach Paul at the buzzer. And hello, who's going to be on Slow Markets today, fellas?
Jay, you're joining me.
Sir.
Did Jay know Mondays. That? Jay, did you know that?
I knew, yeah. Just find out. Of course I knew.
With you.
So I like to surprise people. Like, you know what? Yeah, you're joining me tonight.
Barron was surprised last week. He's like, "Wait, what? I had a date."
Yeah. But now we we actually have something consistent now. Now it's every Thursday for Baron. Maybe we could have Fade These Clowns join us.
And don't say their name. Don't say their name. That's all they want.
I would love to have some of the traders in the chat.
That's true.
I wouldn't mind opposing opinions. I love that.
At least get their real name. If they're going to come on, they have to have a real name.
Mm.
No screen names. Do us that favor. We got our real names up here. Do the same.
Shout out to Dan Evans in the chat. Plus 3,500 on 5 XFAs. All to the short side.
Hell yeah.
All to the short side. Nice trading, Dan.
Look at that.
You must have shorted last night because I don't know how you squeezed.
Maybe from the 400s, like we had 10 minutes worth of a pullback.
Right.
And now we were continuing to push up.
How about VIPs from the group? VIPs from the group? Not sure what you mean by that. If you're talking about some former like VIP alums, we got that. Mandy was a pit raider. Zona was a lunatic. We all met Zona.
Zona is a lunatic.
Zona is a lunatic. Mascot. Mascot.
We love him, though.
Love him, man. Absolutely love him. Keep an eye on the 10-year here. 10-year still grinding higher. Take a look at that. Still the yield over there. 4.5% on the nose right now. Again, the call between Putin and Trump has begun. So who knows how long we're going to talk. But that means a headline could be hitting any moment. So we don't get the headline. Typically, I'll just got my eye on gold, right? Eye on gold to see if their algos maybe get a first, see pop in or sell off in gold, and then look to equity, see if there is a reaction there. You're looking at the S&P chart, 59.59 last trade. 5 points off the highs.
Kind of just stalling out, waiting here.
You know what, Jay?
Like that move first.
Yeah, that long you took. I thought I was, bull flag, call it what you want. All that volume to the upside, volume, and we stall out, and the sellers just didn't have it take it lower.
Yeah, right. They can't push it lower, right? Where it almost seems like whatever that selling was profit taking because we slowed down, right? So that brought price down a little bit, but it wasn't anyone who said, "Hey, this market needs to go lower." If you look at VWAP from the New York session open, it's up and to the right. Right. So any of these things are kind of just pullbacks to potentially buy. Maybe it'll fail, but I really haven't seen a reversal signal yet. Dakota, you still holding that short?
No, I still holding the short. I am not. I'm out for break even on that one.
Gotcha.
But I wouldn't mind it. I honestly, I wouldn't mind a short. We're still right on the day. And if we can't break through this level that we're at right here in the Nasdaq, these mid 400s, then there's definitely a chance that we put in a lower high right here on the 5-minute chart, and look for that sell off.
Hey, I'm back, Andre.
Never knew you left, Jack. Kidding.
Well, that's a nice thing to say.
I'm kidding, Jack, of course.
No, I felt like it was weird. Like it felt like my blood sugar was getting low for a second there. Oh, I forgot to close the effing door.
Oh, come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. Sheesh. Knew something was off. Get Jack back in here. Markets are just...
I heard a coffee grinder going off.
Chilling right now. 10-year prices continue to push higher here. Since the New York Open.
Somebody asked about that chat. It makes sense. I mean, with the Moody's, it's like there is some forced selling that probably had to happen into an illiquid overnight market. And when it didn't cascade further, it just kind of bounces back because no one gives a triple F about Moody's, it appears.
Ooh. Jack, you might have been off, but the call between Putin and Trump has begun. So we'll keep an eye on that. Nothing coming out just yet. We're going to keep an eye out for any headlines coming out from there. Short. And we got the chat is fired up today. Nothing on the tilt right now.
That's good to see on a Monday.
It's a good day. Good thing.
Question from Trader Zoe to Jack. Thoughts on tenure? Is it in the 4.3-ish area right now? Trader Zoe's asking. No, Trader Zoe, it's let him know, Jack. What do you think? Tenure yield?
I mean, 4.3 was the happy place, but now we're pretty comfortable. It looks like at 4.5. If it gets much higher than that, things get a little trickier. I mean, the Fed's not cutting as long as these rates further out in the yield, because those are decided by the market unless we embark on some giant quantitative easing program again.
Mm-hmm.
So if those are rising, I just can't see the Fed cutting.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's painful, but we got to wait a couple months to see how this shakes out with the tariffs.
I don't think the Fed's in any hurry to cut, Jack.
I don't think so either. And I'm not in a hurry right now to like buy the TLT or something, even though we're at a low range.
What's TLT?
Tilt. It's like a lot of day traders go into it. It's just long-term bonds. Like it's a
I'm
ETF,
short
the right word?
again.
Yep, I'm in a tilt fund. I'm sorry, Dakota, you're back in?
Yeah. I'm wanting to see this become a lower high here on the 5-minute chart where we hit those 450s, and now we failed to break through those 430s again. And I'm looking for this to come back down, at least test these 380s with a chance to break back down to those 350s.
Excellent. Last trade, 21,414.
So that answers a question I had. I've been interested. There's this kink in the yield curve. Okay, I'm coming up with a galaxy brain take here.
Y'all hit me. Buckle up.
The yield curve right now goes from like the shortest term stuff you can get, like inverted up, but there's a kink in it at 20 years, where the 20-year yield right now is actually a little bit higher than the 30-year yield. I'm coming up with a take. I'm formulating it. I've always been a fan of, once again, none of this is financial advice, but instead of tilt, I've always just been a fan of just buying the actual 30-year bonds if you can, because then you'll lock in the interest rate. And unless you're trying to hold it for a very long time, right? Like you're going to get a lot of appreciation on that 30-year bond if rates suddenly go lower.
20-year yield's higher than 30? Okay,
barely, but
yeah.
What does that have to do with day trading, Jack?
Yeah, Jack.
What does that do with day trading?
Yeah, Jack.
Again, y'all need to find Jesus. Because bonds are fueling all this, man. Like if the bond yields spike, it's gonna tank the equities.
That was a joking with you.
Great setup. We're talking markets, everybody. This has something to do with markets.
Little
does that mean I can put on a 15 lot in the NQ or not?
Yeah.
What is this saying?
They're just gonna go to like 7% one of these nights, and they're gonna be like, talk about the NQ.
What's up, dude? So good. Micro Machine says the and other bond futures don't get enough respect. I think they get a lot of respect. They get all the respect. Heads up.
What does that
you see some selling here beneath 21,400 last trade, 21,396. Gold's starting to push a little higher here. Watching 10 years. Prices move a little higher as well. Let's see if we have something cooking here. 59.51 last trade in the ES. 59.50 was that level Jay's watching. Got to close beneath it. All right. Close beneath it just because we print in the 40s. 59.48, 49. Okay. Now it's got your attention, but you need confirmation beneath 59.50. We're not there yet. I'm up to 11 minutes till the top of the hour. And call. And President Trump and Putin are on a phone call right now from the White House. All right. Beneath those 59.50s right now. Couple ticks beneath it in the ES.
feel like they're just trying to trigger me now in the chat.
Are they messing with you, Jack?
Tilt VIX options mean nothing, says DK.
Oh no. Well,
Oh, my life's been a sham.
I think it matters. Yeah, Jack. What's up to do with day trading? Such a great. When Dakota first came out, him and Jack had a funny little back and forth going. I was amused by that.
Yeah, is that? It's been a while, man. It's been a year.
Resurfacing now. Yeah,
it's been a year. No. I was just reading a question someone had in the chat. But look at this market, man. This is like proof. You guys witness it live. Patience pays. Patience pays. Being impatient this morning, and when I switch and I'm done trading the live account, then this market has been a lot. I don't want to use the word easier to trade, but the setups are a lot better. That's the thing about doing it live, man. Doing it live. You see the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's shown here daily. It's never hidden.
Bounce right off of that 75 again. Whoever that buyer is serious. They're not letting price get below that. In the Nasdaq, yeah.
Yup.
This candle right here.
Damn, right back. Huh. Just like Jay said.
Those 70s.
Yeah, 59, 55, right back. We saw this 49 sprint. Sheesh. They pick a direction right now. In the range, look at the 5 minutes. A bit of a range. Going to the top of the hour. Got Jay in the house, Jack in the house, Hogue, JD, Dakota, all. Gosh, I saw D on opening call as well. You guys like that? Again, we need your feedback. We're always trying to improve around here. Let us know what we can do better. Let us know how we can improve. Let us know what you like, what we don't like. That being said, Trustpilot. There you go. You see it right there. Send us a review. Give us your feedback. Let us know what you want to see. With that being said, we'll pin the link to the top of the chat. There it is. It's in the chat. We'll pin that to the top. Again, want your feedback. We appreciate it so we can keep serving up the best in tradertainment. I got absolutely lit up on a Trustpilot review last week. Absolutely lit up. We appreciate that, though. So I took it. And yes, greatly appreciate it. Please, please, please. We read every single one of them. Every single one of them.
I want to get long gold here.
Okay.
Just trying to see if the risk makes sense.
What do you like
I'll take
there?
it right now. It just looks like it wants to break to the upside, especially with the equities kind of selling. The better entry is at 32.34. So I'm waiting for a little bit of a pullback. Right, we had this selling right here. We closed above it, and the high of that is 32.34. So I'm just buying the high of this, risk below the low.
In the range. 10-year chart is just the price is grinding up and to the right. We got to be beneath 4.5 now. Got to be beneath 4.5. Nope, still stuck at 4.5%. Yep. Trustpilot link pinned to the top of the chat. Yeah, Jay looking for a long in gold right now. Coda.
I like
short.
Those, I like the long
Nasdaq.
gold.
This 10-year chart is the cleanest rally we've seen since the open.
The username I can't say. I'm sure it is.
Yes, it
MP
is.
loves
Of course.
good
Come
trademark.
on. Of course it is. Little push higher here. Gold catching a bit of a bid. It continues to go up. Price. 10-year continues to go up in price. What's up, Zona? Morning, dudes. There you are. We were just talking about you, Zona. Lunatics. Season
What's up,
1
Zona?
lunatic. Yep.
God, I just realized 2006. That's probably the year in which he was born, and that's upsetting to me.
When I started trading. I was just
I
year of
graduated
trading.
high school in 2005.
Just started trading back then.
I have a younger brother that was born in 2007,
Wild, man.
which is
Wow.
it's
They never got to
makes me
see
feel
him.
old.
Yep. Holding pattern. Nothing on the headlines right now. Wait and see. We're waiting, being
Hit some
patient.
news.
So let's do it because I feel like we got some more news that's going to be hitting. So this is a good time to come on in, Jack. Yeah, keep an eye on this. What do you got, Jack?
Yeah. Well, good meme here. Actually, at this, my mother-in-law was just walking over with the coffee. We'll see it. I thought this was a good meme. Your bids mean nothing to us, Mr. Bond. About this morning in the move.
Nope.
Yeah, 5%. We've retraced a good deal of it since then, but I'll be keeping my eye on it. 1 second. The coffee is here. Sorry about this.
the
Live
production system.
streaming on YouTube.
Look at that. What was that? Look at that. We got to take a look. 21,000
mug with my name on it, like a good little boy.
Look at that.
All right, let's go to the next story. Our favorite thing here at Top Step TV. Our estimates in the S&P 500 per Bloomberg. The median year-end 2025 target is 5,900, so 50 points below here. The low is 5,200. The high is 7,007.
Oh, come on! I could do that job.
An extra 7 points just for the hell of it. We should do though, like an inside-outside at some point and make people predict. But there you go. We're going to finish the year somewhere between 5,200 and 7,000. That seems like a fair estimate.
Yeah.
And then a couple local stories. It was a weird weekend in Chicago. Starting with the first time our phones went off because we got a dust storm alert. This is from my phone. I didn't really know what the mean of this. I did take some footage that I will get edited at some point. But yeah, dust storm. Not to be confused with Darude Sandstorm, which is a banger. And lastly, White Sox, worst team ever.
How desperate are you guys?
You got to find it somewhere. You got to put on your Pope gear and get to the game, but they're going to unveil a graphic installation honoring the Pope. I did go back, Andre. I was able to get confirmation that I was, in fact, at a White Sox game with the future Pope. That was game 1 of the World Series. Little I know, I was sitting about 3 sections over from the future pontiff. So, cool stuff. White Sox also got swept by the Cubs this weekend.
I went on Saturday. It was very, very
Move
fun.
them to Nashville. I'm done with them.
Yeah, I went to Cubs Sox on Saturday, and yeah. It was
that whole ballpark can just be an abandoned place with a Pope installation for all I care.
All right, 3 minutes till the top of the hour. Dakota. 10
I'm still in the short. I think we could go back down and test those 70s, Jay. See if that buyer you say is still there. If we break through it.
Yeah. How many times do we test before they just give it up?
Yeah.
Yep. This will be the third one.
Let's see. Let's see if we go down and test it.
Yes, it is Ab Trades. All Chicago sports. No good.
Dre, I swear this is true. I watched 30 seconds of the Sunday game. That was the only baseball I watched this week. I turned on the TV, and within 15 seconds, a White Sox outfielder dropped a routine pop fly.
So amazing.
Let in a few more runs, and I just turned it off.
So amazing. I don't get it, man.
I've never watched a baseball game. I don't have the patience to watch it.
That might change when you come here this summer.
I'll do something. I don't know. Maybe in person might be a different experience.
Top of the hour. 2 minutes. 1 minute, I should say. 50. Holding pattern.
Yeah, everything kind of slowed down after 9 a.m.
Yes, it did. We're waiting for the call to conclude. Maybe get some headlines from there. What was in the trade? Oh, house account's also short. The gold. No house account trades from Jack just yet.
Is that a challenge?
No. I'm just recapping. just doing a recap. We were rallying, looking for. I know we're looking to get short, move higher, but yeah, no trades taken. Sometimes
It's
the best trade is no
Monday,
trade.
Monday morning. The opening call crew was nice enough to give us a realized P&L. And so I'm just being patient or selective, as they would say.
Fair enough.
Chat. I think I just don't like baseball enough to find it enjoyable. That's why it's boring.
Because you weren't. Man, steroids baseball was amazing, Dakota. You would have loved that shit, dude.
Oh
That
yeah, it was.
Man, you should have seen this.
What? Do you
It's
say
incredible.
steroid?
Yeah, steroids.
Steroid
baseball,
era.
Steroids era.
Sure.
You've never seen this. It was the best.
You've never seen a man's head grow like that. It was.
You never
such a
seen
great
500,
time.
so many 500-foot home runs. You've never seen so many 5-foot.
I think
Andrea
it'd
like
be
that
fun
one.
to play.
McGuire, Sosa,
Baseball's fun
yeah.
to play, not to watch.
That's why you gotta do fun things like the 999 challenge, right, Andre?
The what? Oh, 9 beers, 9 hot
999.
dogs, and 9 innings. Yes. How do you know what that
Easy.
is? Yes. Yes.
Maybe that's why people drink, Adam.
Probably. I would die if I tried
Something-
that.
All right, BRB fellas, get Hogan here. Get his analysis. Jack, take it from now. BRB.
What sport? do
Okay,
I like?
Andre's going to go
Boxing.
and hang out and back for a while. We're stuck around 59.50 in the ES. Kind of the happy place. Going around, house account. What are we? Are we long a gold or short a gold?
Short.
Short. Okay. Short one micro gold.
I
Correct.
can't watch baseball unless I have money on it. Yeah.
32,
If you
43,
have money
60.
on something, it makes it easier to watch.
Definitely.
Sorry, Hope, go.
I have
That's all right.
many vices, but one of them is not really the sports gambling. And if I am going to make a bet, I try and cut out the middleman. Should I be saying that? Is that legal?
Cut out the middleman.
Depends on how you cut them out, I
You-
guess.
Yeah.
You're gonna make our video get taken down again, Jack. We talked about this.
I doubt it was me that got that video taken down. Yeah, we had a video taken down. We don't know exactly what we did, so that'll be fun to rewatch an 8-hour stream from late April.
And they don't tell you why.
No, just that it was harmful.
They just like
harmful.
remove
To
it.
who? What? Yeah. Maybe it was just like a really bad trade that I made.
Ooh, this is a good question.
You went against the trend.
And this might lead to, I don't know when JD's coming on here to do the stats, but this is a good question. Michael Melody says, Dakota, how are you still on top of the leaderboard despite continuing to lose this year? So a lot of times it doesn't matter on the day-to-day swings. I think the most important part on why I'm still on the leaderboard is because I'm not blowing my accounts, right? You see me take losses. I'm down on the year. Stats are shared live. But I could still trade tomorrow. I think traders and social media does a really horrible job where you typically see a person blowing their accounts, right? It's like, wow, it's, he's losing, and they blow their account. I'm taking losses, but I'm not blowing my account. Last year I took, $500,000 worth of payouts. This year I took what was it, 227,000, and I'm not blowing my account. A lot of times it doesn't matter what's that saying. It's the most important thing. Who's left, right? Who's left?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we see that unfortunately a lot where people will take huge drawdowns, right? I mean, you're down on the year, but I take it you have not lost some massive percentage of your account, right?
Yeah.
I also want to clarify something because we see it a lot. And I think sometimes when we had the rule change, some stuff got lost in translation. Just because Dakota has a live account does not mean he can't trade a combine. That combine won't, if he passes it, won't be eligible for an XFA unless he loses his live account. But that was never in the rule change.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
So don't always read just the headline, right? Read everything. But you can still trade a combine if you have a live account.
And it's good to practice, right? It is also good to practice, of course. My good trades, when I take the good trades in the combine, I'd love for them to be in my live account. But yeah, I think today's a good example where everyone seen it and everyone's seen the difference between waiting, being patient, waiting for that confirmation. And sometimes it's easier to trade in a simulated account because you have less pressure.
Mm-hmm. 10:05. Seeing nothing on the juice at the moment. What do we got later today? We got Logan speaking at 12:15. Cash carry 12:30. Bostic, is he speaking again? What is this? Can't speak twice. It looks like we got a Trump bill signing ceremony at 2, so anything can happen there. Just in time for Power Hour. What's up?
If it gets to his desk, then he'll do it.
Oh, okay.
It's the big, beautiful bill, I think, what they're talking about.
Beautiful.
All right, I'm long one gold. 32.37.20.
In
Jay
gold.
long in the gold.
In gold. Yep.
We're still holding on to one short micro in the house account. Saving it for the auto liquidator. I know I've asked this before, Hogue, but what time is the auto liquidator for gold? Are you just talking about holding it till 310 or whatever, or whatever the gold close
That's the question.
is?
That's the question. So last week we had a runner on, and we opted to cut it at 12:30, which is the regular trading hour session close. That's when settlement occurs. Turns out we should have kept it till the auto liquidator because price continued to push to the downside. So I don't know, something we have to decide in the moment, I guess. I mean, it was still a winning trade. It was still a good trade, but we did leave some on the table because we did take it out before the actual auto liquidator.
Thank you, Hogue.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to sort through the news here. All right, 10:07, Monday morning. We're short gold. Jay's long gold. Dakota's still short 1NQ. Below 5% in the 30. What's up, Hogue?
Ed Yinka is asking, why does price keep moving after the close? Well, electronic trading is basically 23/5, right? They're open for 23 hours a day, closing for an hour. But there's a difference between settlement and like the last trade of the day. Settlement is still based off of the regular trading hour session back from when we traded it in the pit. So they've kept that. Settlement is where all of the open positions are marked to for margins, but the market still remains open after the settlement price on all of these products. And the last trade of the day is drastically different from that settlement price. It's just the way they've decided to continue to work on keeping margins based off of settlement price at the old pit closes.
Thank you
There's
for
that 375 bounce again in the Nasdaq. That's the third time.
Third time.
375s. Yep.
We're hovering right around 21,400, back and forth.
Yes, we are.
Market doesn't want to.
Oh, you know who was here? The 1500 lot guy, right? 399.75.
399s.
Is it a coincidence that we're sitting right around their price?
I think not.
21,407. 5-minute range. Man, we are right in it right now. Upper end, let's look at the 5-minute. Well, I call around 410. Lower end, 400s right now. Everything is 50-50 on the tilt. Nothing really showing. Again, I've said it many times, so I continue to repeat it and say it again. President Trump and Putin are on a call. Started about 40 minutes ago or so, I do believe.
Yeah.
I'm expected to get a readout from that. All right, we good to go? Thumbs up, Gabe? Good to go? Andrew, thumbs up? Yep. Awesome. All right, you saw we brought it out last week. So Robert did a little Discord meetup about this API. This is very, very exciting stuff. This is going to be huge. This is going to, well, essentially level the playing field, if you will. Go take back the power from those algos. Hit it, Gabe.
Yo. All right. Good morning. So we've got a quick review or reinforcement on the fact that we launched one of the most highly requested features in TopstepX recently. Last week, we dropped the TopstepX API. So if you can code it, you can trade it. That's the theme. Possibilities are endless, but giving traders the opportunity to automate their edge, connect external tools, and then build more risk controls custom to what you are looking to provide for yourself for your trade plan. But you can code in multiple languages. The easiest way to get access to this is going to be to follow the link that we're going to pin in the top of the chat. It's going to take you to the Project X dashboard. From there, it's going to be $29 a month. You can use code TOPSTEP for 50% off for the duration of your subscription. And then a couple other things I wanted to mention. We have a dedicated Discord channel in one of the biggest futures discords in the world, and that's going to be the TopStep Discord. So if you don't know, Coach Robert did a brief little Q&A last week, just kind of get people started, and he's going to do a second round of that Q&A session on Wednesday, May 21st at 5 p.m. Central. So it's a great opportunity to get all of your questions answered. In addition to that, we'll be dropping a form to submit specific questions ahead of time if you'd like to do that. But make sure to go check out our Discord. It's going to be called the TopstepX API. It's under the platforms category of the Discord channels that are available to our traders. And there you can kind of connect with the other people that are already diving into this head first. And if you have questions or you have ideas that you want to share, kind of show us what you're building, we would love to hear from you. So make sure to check out that Discord. But that's what I got for you guys. I want to get it back to you pretty quick since we've hit this 5 days last week, but one more time doesn't hurt.
Day number 6, Gabe. Day number 6. Seen him push higher here in crude, 4 cents off the highs. Another push higher on the 10-year prices. Up and to the right. Equities, pretty quiet right now. Look at the ES on the 5-minute range, called the upper end in the range in the 5-minute. ES 59.60, lower end 59.50.
Just not rolling over here yet, is it, boys?
Yeah,
Not yet. I'm out of that gold trade. It's in a range, so I'm going to trade the range. Took about $140 from that. Until we get a breakout, I can't hope for one. Well, I could, but it feels like a 50-50. Markets could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm flat. I scratched on that. Market just won't go below that 380, Jay.
No, it's a third time. This is where I start to think maybe that move happens later in the day, right? Maybe on some profit taking from longs, but when is that more likely to happen? Either we get a headline or the end of the day, right? They're holding up pretty strong there for whatever reason. You could trade the range into it, right? Trade short here for about 50 points.
Correct.
That's a pretty strong level for whatever reason.
There is a realistic way we could rally back up to 500s. Like we could turn green on the day. Like that's not out of like the option, right? We're talking shorts. We're talking this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this market could very easily break up and go back up to 21,500s.
Well, Bitcoin could be leading the way.
What's
We're
going on
up,
over there?
$104,608 spot right now. Big old W on the chart. It did make a reach for the highs over the weekend. High didn't quite get there, but 107, 127.
So, okay. Sodbuster in the chat. Europe close. Yep, 15 minutes. 15 minutes till the Europe close.
Apparently, JP Morgan made an announcement. Jordan E., if you can post what that announcement was in the chat, saying, look at the Dow. Dow in the last 3 minutes just got some volume pickup and seeing a little bit of sell. Still in the range, but
ooh, there you go. Dow did sell off there. Take a look at Dow. I haven't given Dow much love today. High of day in Dow, 42,782. About 140 points lower right now, 42,647. What Jamie have to say?
He had an announcement about the Dow.
Oh, just about the index.
Yeah.
An overall announcement.
Remember the Dow?
50-50 on the tilt. We got flat. House account flat. Well, I take that back. House account is not flat. Hogue, we're still in the gold trade, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. We were just talking about when is the auto liquidator? Is it at 12:30 or is it at end of the day?
Hopefully. End of the day
Last
would be a
week
good
we had a
thing.
winner on a runner, got out at 12:30, figuring that was settlement. Should have held on to it.
Speaking
Hindsight is
about
2020. Still a good trade.
That auto liquidator Hogue. When MP comes back, I have a list of stuff I want to have a conversation with him, maybe you, Andre, and the team.
What do you got?
Let's talk about
list of demands.
A list of demands. Yeah, a list of demands. No, we talked before about the auto liquidator, right?
Swing
Where
trading.
the futures market doesn't close until actually, what is it? 4 p.m., 2
4 p.m. Central.
Yeah. So 4 p.m. Central, or up into the close, and traders wanting to trade after. I have my own opinions, right? But my own opinion and my own trading is like, man, that's crazy because earnings and low liquidity. But there's some traders that actually like that. So fun conversations like that.
Nice.
You want a swing trade, don't you, Dakota?
New highs crude.
I do.
Oh, more than anything, I want to swing trade. We have conversations off air, and I tell you, man, I'm struggling with this day trading thing this year, and I don't know what it is. My swing trading has been great.
Preview of what's to come.
You weren't wrong there, Andra. Sleepy market.
59.58, upper end of the range on the 5 minute.
We're saying Dakota's a baby. I'm not sure which one.
I thought you was going to pull out the violins.
Oh, I guess it there. Market might be waking up a little bit here. Trying to get out of this range in the ES. Got to get above these 60s. The ES 59.60 right here, right now. Session high 59.64. What's that? We getting some tweets? Any tweets? Someone in the chat said we might get some. No, I know, Gabe. 21,426 in the Nasdaq. Session high 462. What's up, JK? Those for you. 11 minutes till Euro close. What we got next? What's next, Gabe? What's next? I know we got something cooking here around the corner. Yeah, we got VIP checking form. Number 19 coming sometime today. I'll leave it at that. Dakota's chuckling.
I love the chat.
Dakota,
Man. I love it.
What is the chat?
I
What do
love
you got
the
there,
chat. What's my P&L for the day? Right? Traders want to take screenshots.
Oh.
I just noticed that too. That's good.
Nothing really
Am I
moving.
okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
What'd I do?
Well, we got. All right, James. If you're ready to go, James. Got 10 minutes till Euro close. Maybe we'll get cooking here after. All right, let me know when ready. Thin on the ladder.
Probably looks weird sometimes because we all have a lot of things up we're looking at once. So sometimes I may drift off and be looking at something and look like I've had a stroke or something. So as long as one side of my face isn't drooping, I'm probably fine. So
Good
just
to
looking
go.
at Trading View or something.
Yes. Looking at a lot of things at once. Head on a swivel.
Someone was flashing some big orders in gold, a couple hundred lots on the offer, around 30, around 37.
Mhm.
So if you're long gold, just watch out for that.
He's in there, James. 4 cents off highs in crude. 3 cents now. $62.09.
Short it. Someone says.
It's a high of the
Short
range.
what?
Yeah. You can make an argument to short it make an argument in either direction at any moment.
Yeah, who's up 3,500 getting short? Is that Emmons?
Yeah, he's down.
Yeah.
Well done.
I think he updated us. He's up $4,000 now.
Well done.
Great
First
work.
hour we were rocking and rolling, and now we're just in holding pattern. Again, we're waiting. We're waiting, being patient. Don't get caught in this chop right here. You wait, knowing that we can't stay in a range forever. And speaking of range, got the range trading expert, master, the sensei. You like that one? Joining us here in a second. Also see him on Rising. So we got 2 rising stars today. How about that? 2 rising stars on Top Step TV. See how they did it. They're looking to do in the future. Who sold the 60s in the ES? Who's going to buy the 50s?
Dakota. That last short you were in that for like a half an hour.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a
the
long,
one.
it's kind of a long trade just to be hanging around entry price a lot.
Correct. Yeah, those 416, 418. I scratched it. It's just taking forever. And the fact that we don't want to break down below those 380s, I'm fine with just being flat right now. If we do go back down, test 380s and break through, it's okay. It's basically coming to an end here, right? Of this
What is?
consolidation chop. It's like, well, we made the move, and that's been it for me.
Well, wait, that's what That's what Top Step TV's for. Hang out, stay out of the chop, keep you updated on the news. Always looking for. I know we'll talk about the baseball games and we did over the weekend. They say less talking, more trading. I haven't heard that yet. In the chat. So far, so good, fellas. We're doing okay there. Just the right amount of talking, just the right amount of trading. So we're going to stay in that sweet spot. But when the markets start rocking and rolling, always markets first here, trades first. This is what you do when you are in a trading gallery. Other traders in the traditional prop space, brick and mortars. Shoot the bleep.
What
Shoot the
did we
breeze.
do in the pit when that was going on?
You wait, you hang out.
The one wants me to put
BS'd.
on a trade so they can fade it. So I'm gonna short the 2-year, and then see who can have a staring contest the longest
For the next 3 weeks.
I was saying.
Yep. See how long you can keep your eyes open. Not fall asleep at your desk.
There you go, Jin. You get it. Jin gets it. Andre, today would be more talking, less trading, choppy, and nothing on the screen for now. All right, that's just for now. Okay, we saw right off the open, we saw buyers in the equities. So, shifting gears. Hurry up and wait. You'll hear us say that.
Buyers, then violently consolidated, and makes sense. Right. We're consolidating a little lower where we were on Friday afternoon. So a little bit of respect for Moody's, not much else. As we've been talking about, the bond yields have recovered a little bit. Bitcoin's been the winner so far. We're back below 4.5 in the 10-year, about 4.49 right now.
Ooh, interesting. All right, 5 minutes till Euro close. Again, Putin and Trump on a phone call. Haven't seen much coming out from that just yet. But one of my favorite things, James, come on in. Let's talk about shooting the breeze. James, let's shoot the breeze, my man.
Let's shoot that breeze. You know I'm here. You know it's time for news. The news you need to know to get your day started. First up, guys, you ever think you're working for your money too hard? A Texas man is suing Whataburger for nearly $1 million after they put onions on it. That's called smart money. All right, that's called how you this is how you do it, all right? A job, education? No. Ask for no onions. Go to every single Whataburger you can find till you get one with onions on it, then boom, $1 million. If you read the little blurb underneath it, back in June 2024, this man also sued Sonic for including onions on a burger.
Man.
I think this guy has
vampire?
an MO. Yeah. Wait, no,
He's
that's
like
garlic.
that
Same family.
SpongeBob reference here, but he's like that food reviewer from SpongeBob with the pickles on his burger. Any of the SpongeBob fans are gonna know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
It's like big bass, big mouth. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like you see some lawsuits you think are frivolous, like the hot coffee McDonald's one, but like that actually scalded the woman. This is frivolous, right? This is the definition of I don't want to work. I want easy $1 million. Because if you're Whataburger, you're just gonna settle to shut the guy up, and then he's just gonna do it again. So, chat, shout out if you've ever scammed a company.
Did he get the million?
What?
I don't know.
I
This
doubt
is
it.
the newest. Yeah, I don't think so. He's definitely like sued. He's putting the order in. I don't know if they've figured out what they're going to do yet. Most likely he's not going to get $1 million, maybe a couple thousand, if anything.
I don't know if they'll even settle it because it's like, what, you're McDonald's or something. You got 1 million 16-year-olds working there and you're responsible for them executing billions of orders a year without onions.
Yeah,
they never get my order right. So like, you just got to live with it or go to some place where they ask about your food allergies.
They're definitely made by some kid who's going into the walk-in cooler, hitting his vape pen, and then coming back out wondering where he is. That's the America I love living in.
I think the downfall of McDonald's orders happened when they introduced the vape pen.
It's so convenient to get aggressively high anywhere. You can do it at your job.
Maybe this is where we get taken
bigger
down
problems
again.
in life.
God bless those pens. All right, next up, talking about God bless. Straight out of the Shawshank Redemption, New Orleans inmates have taunted jailers by writing photos and messages around the hole that they used to escape their jail cell. Well, whether they carved it piece by piece at a time, did they knock out the toilet and the hole was already there and they removed some plumbing? I don't know. But if you go to the next image, we have a close-up shot of the wall. Too easy, LOL. They write above the hole. And granted, sure, they use the wrong two. All right, who cares? That's good.
Cut him some slack.
I love I'm innocent is crossed out and they put we.
we innocent. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do a big jailbreak, you might as well give them something to talk about, right? I mean,
by the way, grammar police. It's either TOO easy but it's not wrong because it's in New Orleans. So I guess that hole does go to the Big Easy. So
there you go.
Easy. LOL.
There you go, Jack.
Does that say where are you CNN? Just above LOL.
Where are you CNN?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
So yeah, of the escaped convicts, 2 have been captured. The other remain on the loose. As funny as this is, if you live in the New Orleans area, they're considered armed and dangerous, so please be careful. But yeah, I hope when they put them back in the cell, so one of the officers writes the second O for 2, and then there's a little asterisk above it. They don't erase it. Just shame them for their spelling.
There was 2 of them then, right? So that's why they crossed out I'm to we.
It was like
10 someone just felt excluded.
On the move.
How come they didn't do the Shawshank thing where you put a poster around the hole with the tautness of it done through the other side of the cell?
Euro close 20 seconds.
Anyway, and finally, but absolutely not least, we aired this on Friday. But for those of you who said, I'm not watching Power Hour, and shame on you, you should always be watching Power Hour, we have concert footage of the one and only famous Top Step range trader, Dolby Time, Did you know he was in a metal band? Check this out. Go ahead and roll the clip.
I know you're playing that shit all the time, dude. It's nuts.
Yeah, I've been in the band for like 2 years and counting.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool how it all happened.
Dude,
So how did it start, Toby?
I'll give you the true story is that my dad was putting me to sleep when I was 9, and he asked me if I wanted to play an instrument, and I said drums. And then that Christmas, I had a drum set.
Sounded great.
Oh, good. Did
Yeah.
it? That's awesome.
Right in the pocket. You're a very good drummer.
Oh, hell
man.
yeah. No, thank you guys for coming out.
Top-step TV.
TopstepX TV, baby.
Let's go.
Look at that. There
There
he
you
is.
go.
Upper right-hand corner. Drum man himself. Dolby, thoughts when you watch something like that? Do you critique yourself? Is there anything you can gain from that? Or are you just enjoying it? Just basking in the glory?
No, I actually will go back and like listen to videos and stuff if there's like certain I'll listen to like fills and see what fills I like. 'Cause I typically just make it up most of the time. So if there's something I like, I will go back and listen to it and try to implement it.
What is
What
the name
has
of the
death
band,
metal
Dolby?
taught you about the NQ?
What? I mean, that's a funny question, Jack. But I guess if you want to do like a serious answer, there are some correlations between trading and a live performance, in that it is a live performance. There are no do-overs. So once you're on stage, you know you press the go button, and you gotta trade, you gotta play. But if you're a trader, it's kind of the same thing. Once you put a trade on, it's go time. You know, there's no do-overs. Once the train leaves the station, it's not going back. So those are kind of my correlations there, Jack.
How's
Thank
that,
you very
Jack?
much, Dolby.
So
I
well,
was
Dolby
doing a
time.
reference, but I can't find who I wanted to talk about. Go ahead, guys.
What's the band?
band name? Oh, Beyond Death. DETH. I'll put it in chat. And also, we do have a show coming up May 31st.
Really?
Yes. I believe it's at Reggie's Rock House. I need to double check though. We might be going back.
Very cool venue. Very cool spot. Legendary here.
I've always wondered this. How much do you guys make on those shows?
Fucking $0. I'm just kidding. This band actually does pretty well for a metal band. We will probably do between like 200 to 500 between the guarantee and merch
Per person?
So per person, Dakota. No, absolutely.
I'm just curious. I honestly, that's always something I wondered, where you have
There's
bands do
different-
like this tour.
There's different splits at different places. There's
Yeah.
guaranteed. Sometimes it's a fraction of the door cover. Sometimes it is $1 billion in shows like Taylor Swift. It all depends where you're at.
Yeah. I would say for 95% of local bands, they are making no money, spending money, and if you're very lucky, maybe you're breaking even or pulling in some money. At the end of the night, a lot of it will come through merch sales. You're not getting huge covers at local bars. For like Joliet, though, we played at the Forge. We had like a $200 guarantee, and then we sold like another $600 in merch. I mean, we sold like 300 in merch before we even set foot on stage. So like, it really depends on like what venue you're playing too, because some venues like fans are way more down to spend money than others. Definitely do it for the fun, though. You do it for the fun.
You have to, right?
for the love.
And then if it
Do it
starts
for the
to
love.
go up,
You
yeah.
definitely do it for the love. You know, you press play. It's go time. You know, that's what you practice for. It's all muscle memory at that point.
Jay and Dobie collab.
Yeah.
Dolby, I'm going to see you on Rising
Let's do it,
Stars. Dolby, we got this range cooking, man.
Guitar.
We're gonna
I'll be
Who
back.
plays guitar? What does Dee's musically inclined as well, right?
Oh yeah, she She would probably be much better to ask about like musicians and money because she actually toured professionally. Whereas like I'd probably be considered like semi-pro. She was pro. I mean,
He was
she was doing
pro.
like
Yeah, she was
huge difference.
she was playing with Rod Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a big deal.
I did not know that. I know
But,
Rod Stewart.
Yeah, I mean, you can tune into her show and talk about how much money they make on those tours, and you'd still be surprised. It's not all that much at all. It's only like
Is there some
1%?
Right.
Really
I was going to say,
crushing
is there some kind of illusion out there that musicians make a lot of money? Because
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Musicians are not known to be making money. Honestly, if you want to make money playing music, join a cover band. They make a fortune.
Kidding.
Join a wedding band, cover band. Oh yeah, that's when you start seeing like $500 to $1,000 per member when they're walking.
Oh,
out the door.
so local
If not
plug.
more,
If you
yeah.
ever get a chance to see Tributosaurus somewhere in the country, a former guitar teacher of mine is in that, and he's a studio musician. Has been on the McDonald's commercials and everything else. But man, they're incredible. I think they make like 10, 15,
make a
20
fortune.
grand. Yeah,
They're professional though. I remember working their shows at the Vic, and they would just do covers.
Oh, Tributosaurus
At the Vic, sold
Nice.
out. Oh yeah, yeah. They're like nationally known. They're huge.
Well, they
They make a
also do this
fortune.
incredible thing where once a month when they play, they just do one band or one performer. So they'll just do a whole show every month where it's like they're Michael Jackson and then they're the Talking Heads or something like that. Check it out.
I saw them do Talking Heads. That was the show that I worked.
Nice.
They're pretty awesome. Yeah, they're very, very
I
awesome.
think if this Nasdaq breaks back above 330, 435, I think we could get new highs. This market's just holding strong, holding above
Yeah,
400.
what are we doing here? Just ranging? This is like fun.
Just ranging.
Just ranging.
We're ranging,
Shout out to Coach Hoop.
but
Bitcoin rallying.
Dolby and Rising Stars
What
get
up?
locked in for the range. We can feel
This is a
ATM
bull
this
Just so you
thing.
know, James Dobson's coming in for the one.
Afternoon.
We had to swap out. We had to swap.
Yep.
We had to swap the 1 p.m. Top Steps, very favorite Canadian news correspondent, is coming back.
Absolutely.
building a volume
Love
shelf.
us some
Yeah, we're
James.
making higher lows and equal highs over the past hour or so. If we break above these
We breaking out?
435s and hold, I think we could see a new high of days today. We're trying to break through right now.
Need the volume. Oh,
There it goes. Starting to pick up.
I get it here. 20,442. 20 points off the highs.
Dakota's little roadmap here. He has the arrows and everything. Is that where we're going, Dakota? Just up and to the right?
Yes, Stovey. Yes. If you can't beat him, join him.
ES.
Oh, that's
about
right.
3 points. Gotta get to the 64.
Dobson finally made the ribs. We gotta get a follow up.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. Actually, I need to hop on Twitter and grab that picture. Look at this thing go. Is JD gonna come in and take my spot?
Yeah, probably. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some streaks. We got the headline from Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan. We're going to allow clients to buy Bitcoin, but we won't custody it. What does that mean? We won't custody it?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Man, nice move. Things cruising.
All right, Dolby time. I'll see you in Rising Stars after the
Yes, sir.
morning recap. Good stuff. Got this range going, locked in. Dolby time in the house, killing it on the drums. Beyond death.
That was fun. I'll keep you guys posted on the May 31st show. Maybe we can do a little meetup.
That would be awesome.
Would be. All right, I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Later, Dolby.
Later, Dolby.
Yeah. Sometime. Got about 16 minutes or so here in fast markets. I'm looking to push higher here. About 1 point off the highs in the ES. 59.63 last trade there. See some buying here. All right, Dakota, we got above. What did you want to get above? The 50s? 450?
35. Yeah, we broke through those 35s. We're testing the highs. And the question now is, do we consolidate at these 450s or we just break through and continue to maybe we turn green for the day? Yeah, it looks like we're breaking through right now. The high of day is what, 62, 60?
Custody, it means they won't hold it for him. Thank you, chat. Something. All right, new highs printing in the ES 5967 just printed. New highs in the Nasdaq 21,471, not 472s. We're cooking here. Oil pushing higher here as well. New highs in oil, crude.
United Healthcare off to the races. Man, I really needed Barron on today.
Barron on tomorrow.
Just you can remember, so when he is on, you could hop on.
Oh yeah, no, I'll be here. He's here this week. I think maybe on Thursday. So let's pump this market.
I told you so,
then, guys.
Gotta let that simmer. Why did I not short this? Well, this is different. This is a lot different, right? On this rally up this morning, see this rally? There's no pullbacks. There's no market structure. We kind of just went straight up, right? We had some consolidation here at 350s, and there's nothing other than that the fact that we sold off overnight into open Sunday. But now we've started to build that market structure. We have consolidation, we have higher lows, we have equal highs, and that's a valid breakout trade. So, there's a major difference between what we had this morning versus what we're just seeing right now over the past hour.
All right, let's see if we can get the rally started again. And we were range bound for a solid hour plus in ES and making new highs here in the ES. Now 59.68 half. We're buying in the Nasdaq. New highs 21,476. Can we get to the 500s? Gold making
coiled. Now we're breaking out.
Yes, we are.
And we've closed the Moody's gap essentially here.
Yeah. Almost a settlement.
What's settle?
Gap truthers, where you at?
506, 21,506 in the Nasdaq.
Yep. Just hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. All right, remain patient. Oh, yeah, we got Peter Tuchman joining us as well after morning recap. We'll see what his take is on the Moody's downgrade. He's seen a downgrade or two in his day. Also, the longest living member on the New York Stock Exchange floor. You know, you love him in the chat. Let him have it. Let him hear it. With Wall Street Global Trading Academy. Him and David Green. You got Tuchman on Monday and Fridays. David Green on Wednesdays with Dakota and Power Hours. Let's see if
he's been doing really well. David's been doing well in his live account, right?
Yeah, he was, and then he kind of hit a rough patch, but he was head above water. Name of the game. Market state changed from April into May. April is absolutely wild, historic. In May, rates got tighter, volume got decreased, and adapting. So yeah, absolutely. Name of the game, survival sometimes.
Yep,
love him. Is Rich.
Name of the game is survival. Trading till tomorrow. As soon as, you're going to see it. JD's going to bring out the big board, right?
Who's bringing
I would hope so.
Oh, you see him?
All right, I'm long one S&P. Just looking to see if we continue.
What price did you
67, 59.67.
59.67, long one ES, 59.67. 11 minutes till fast market concludes. I feel like this day is just gonna be action packed in the afternoon. Top quiz, obviously, TopStep TV top quiz, VIP check-in forums. But we have 3 speakers, Fed speakers: Logan, Kashkari, and Bostic. We're still waiting to hear how the call between President Trump and Putin went. Haven't seen much yet. I do believe it started an hour ago. So they are about an hour into this thing.
A lot to talk about.
What do you think they're talking about?
I mean, those 600,000 troops chilling on the border probably got brought up.
They're talking that 1,500 NQ.
What they're going to do with the McDonald's truck.
You see that thing? That thing was beautiful. It was insane. You see that thing? Got used once.
Franchise this. Sell it all over Russia. It's gonna be huge.
My J is long. Jay's long. We got 10 minutes. JD, come on in. We're still in this trade. Crew trade. I'm sorry, the gold trade, but we also got the big board.
Gold trade. Oh, yeah. We are still in the gold trade. Let me pull that up real quick. Yeah, we're doing okay in the gold trade still. Letting it run for the auto liquidator. All right. First, let's take a look at. We got the big board up already. Okay. Top 25 live funded traders here at TopStep. Right at the top, KJ Futures, formerly Crypto's KJ, changed up his name or his social media handle. So no change to the number one seat, just a new name. Spygig still in second place, CFT in third, Todd S in fourth, and Coach DBA, that's Coach Dakota, sitting there in fifth place. Jumped up a spot on the board from Friday. In sixth place on Friday, fifth place today. Those total take numbers do include payouts, folks. If you're trying to do some public math based off of this board, keep in mind starting balances and payouts also. Ben T, Rake Trades was on our P&L board earlier this morning. Had a nice trading day on Friday, trading the Nasdaq. Now in seventh place, he moved up a notch also. He was in eighth place on Friday. Junyu, Justin, and Kang round out the top 10. No real changes to the rest of the list. One trader who was, I just had it written down. It was Chunlin, moved up 4 spots on the board. Chunlin was in 24th place on Friday. That was the biggest mover on the bottom half of the board from last week. All right, folks, get your cameras ready. Take your screenshots. We're going to leave the board up there for a couple seconds. If you are going to post to social, please make sure to tag us. Hashtag TopstepTV. Hashtag Topstep. Hashtag Fast Markets. Power Hour.
Hashtag
you know all the
Coney
hashtags.
2012.
Coney 2012. All right. Let's move over to our hot streaks board real quick. You want to see these? Funded Trader hot streaks from Friday. We got Dariel up at the top there. Made $300
flat
from the
that
micro
trade.
NQ. Coach J is flat. Do we have Jay's screen up? I'll take that board down real quick.
It's okay. I took it off. I didn't like that price action.
Sweet. All right, here we go. Dariel, $300 trading the MNQ. Now at 48 days, we're $13,064. Sebastian, $413, also trading the MNQ. 43 days, we're $16,076. Leon, our hot streaks P&L leader, made another $200 trading the MNQ. 42 days, worth $56,069. Big time hot streak for Leon. Warren, 41 days, we're at $12,392. Made just over $200 trading the NQ. And Johan, also trading the NQ, $235. 32 days, we're at $6,955. We had a couple traders that did not trade. I'm sorry, one trader that did not trade. That's what moved Johan up. Maybe we'll see on the trader that didn't make the board today. Maybe we'll see him back in the markets tomorrow. All right. Finally, last but not least, we have some funded trader call-ups.
Nice.
Ooh.
1 second. All right. First up. Oh, I got to take that board down. Okay. First up, Cyril moved over 550K XFAs, took a nice chunk of money out on payouts, and opened his new live funded account with $7,500. Nice job, Cyril from Los Angeles, California. Michael S. I'm sorry, Cyril was 100K XFA. Michael S. here is 550K XFAs. Took about $35,000 in payouts in total from those 5 XFAs and transferred a nice chunk of change over to his newly funded live account. And last but not least, we have Ryan from Hertfordshire, UK, trading in a single 150K XFA. Starting balance of $30,400 trading the NQ and the MNQ. Also took a nice chunk in payouts too. So big shout out to all 3 of these newly funded live traders here at TopStep. Way to go, everybody. We'll be keeping up with your progress and sharing it as we see fit.
Nice.
All right, folks.
Awesome.